Alright, Shalom. First of all, I want to start this lesson off by giving all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Honors to all the brothers who are firmly pushing the word in sincerity and in faith. Shalom to all the sincere believers. Now, this lesson is going to be based on this Roosevelt Island fire that resulted in one person getting killed and 3 people being injured. So through the Spirit, I'm going to read this article, get some precepts, and Lord's will you're edified. It says 1 person was killed and 3 injured in a fire on Roosevelt Island Saturday evening, according to the FDNY. The fire broke out around 6 p.m. on Main Street between West Road and River Road. It burned for over an hour before it was controlled. 1 person was pronounced dead on the scene, and 3 firefighters were hospitalized with injuries, fire officials said. The Red Cross said it is providing emergency housing to 3 adults affected by the fire. City Council member Julie Menon thanked the firefighters for their response. Said our district is again mourning the loss of one of our neighbors from a fire. This time at 560 Main Street on Roosevelt Island. Their family is in my thoughts tonight, as are those who were hospitalized, she said. Just last week, a person was killed during a fire at a Queens residence. Yeah, and this is just proof of the Lord's spirit of vengeance in the form of fire being used to execute the Lord's judgment upon these wicked people. Ecclesiasticus 39:28, there be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. Verse 29, fire and hail and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance. So this fire resulted in the death of 1 person and 3 firefighters being injured. That was the vengeance of the Lord being brought to pass. You know, the Lord used his spirits of vengeance to execute his judgment. And like it said in the article, last week somebody died in a different fire. So these particular spirits of vengeance, fire and death, have been getting used a lot lately. And the Lord is going to use them a lot more as he continues to bring judgment upon those with whom he is angry with. Psalm 7 and 11, Yahweh judgeth the righteous, and Yahweh is angry with the wicked every day. And that's why every day people get stabbed, people get shot, people get wounded and killed in fires, people get wounded and killed in car crashes, in animal attacks, in earthquakes, in storms and tempests. Because that's the anger of the Lord being brought upon them. Psalms 9:16, the Lord Yahweh is known by the judgment which he executeth. The wicked is snared in the work of his own hands, Higgaion Selah. And that's right. The Heavenly Father is known by his judgments. These fires that wound and kill people are the judgments of the Lord. These are his spirits that are created for vengeance, doing what they were created to do, which is execute the judgments of the Heavenly Father upon whoever he deems deserving of those judgments. Deuteronomy 32:39, see now that I, even I am he, and there is no power with me. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. And in this particular judgment, the Lord killed one people, Slakia killed one person and wounded three others. One person died and 3 firefighters got hospitalized. That was the judgment of the Lord. And it was just yet more evidence that nobody can save you out of the hand of the Lord. That person who died could not be saved. And that's because ultimately the Heavenly Father did not want them to be saved. He wanted them to die. And that's why things played out the way that they did. First Samuel 2:6. The Lord Yahweh killeth and maketh alive. He bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up. And the Lord killed that one person through his spirit of vengeance in the form of fire. Because the Lord easily could have had it where that person just got burned, just got injured because of the fire. But instead, the Lord had it where they died because of the fire. Job 4:7. Remember, I pray thee, whoever perished being innocent, or where were the righteous cut off? And the answer is that nobody has perished being innocent, nor were the righteous ever cut off. So these wicked men, these wicked women, and these wicked children that die in whatever way the Heavenly Father deems fit for that to manifest, they were not innocent. Nor were they righteous in the eyes of the Lord. And like it says in Romans 2:11, for there is no respect of persons with Yahweh. That's why it doesn't matter how old or young someone is. It doesn't matter what their gender is. It doesn't matter what their religion is. It doesn't matter what their economic status is. Doesn't matter if they're rich or poor. The Lord, he brings judgment upon anybody that he deems deserving of that judgment. Verse 8, even as I have seen, they that plow iniquity and sow wickedness reap the same. And that's what's happening, especially in these last days. Wicked people, those whom the Lord is angry with, are reaping what they've sown in the form of the judgments and the vengeance and the sore strokes of the Lord being brought upon them. Ecclesiastes 3:1. To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. Verse 2, a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted. And for that one person, it was their time to die. That's why the firefighters could not save them. Because if the Heavenly Father wanted that person to be saved, then they would have been saved. But they were not meant to be saved. They were meant to die. As harsh as that may sound, that is the reality of the situation. And that goes for any judgment. Car crashes, shootings, stabbings, animal attacks, earthquakes, storms and tempests, plane crashes, anything that happens. Those who are meant in the eyes of the Lord, those who are meant to die, are going to be the ones that die. those who are meant to survive are going to survive. They might be severely wounded and have to be hospitalized, but they survived. But that's because that's what the Heavenly Father wanted. See, the Lord constantly shows that man is not in control of whether or not they live or die. That's why the scriptures tell us in Psalms 118 and 8 that it is better to trust in the Lord than to put confidence in man. Because the Lord is the one who could put you in situations and he can get you out of it. Man can't do that. Man can only do what the Lord allows them to do. So the Lord could put you into a situation and you might think that the police or the firefighters or a doctor can save you from that situation. But they can't if the Lord doesn't want them to. And as we get further into these last days and the judgments of the Lord increase, people are going to learn the hard way that putting their confidence in man, it's not going to end well. Because man is not the one in control. It's the Heavenly Father. And if the Heavenly Father is angry with you, then you're going to receive whatever sore strokes he has in store. And there's nothing anybody here on earth can do to stop that. And as I've said before, seeing as we're in the last days, we're going to see a lot more fires, storms, tempests, earthquakes, shootings, stabbings, suicides, animal attacks. Just more judgments where people get wounded or killed. The Lord's anger is being poured out upon the earth. And it's going to become a lot more evident in these coming days and weeks and months. So for all you sincere brothers and sisters, just stay on your watch. Stay circumspect. Continue to pay attention to what's going on. Because all of these different events that are taking place, that's the work of the Lord. And it's a daily reminder to those of us of the hopeful elect as to what happens to those who the Lord is angry with. So with that, I'm going to wrap it up here. In closing, I want to give all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash, the Wadi Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, putting the spirit on me to do this lesson. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Honors to our brothers who are fervently pushing the word in sincerity and in faith. Shalom to all the sincere believers. Hope you all stay strong, stay safe, stay fervent, stay circumspect, stay prayed up, and Adawan Ratazah. Till next time, Shalom.